Spring is finally here. It's April 1st, 2025. April Fool's Day. It's a Tuesday. And I am out on my balcony garden in London, UK. This is how the garden is looking. I'll do a quick tour. This is mint, coriander or cilantro. This is a longleaf or broadleaf plantain. Sweet box. That's a spare growing space there. Random bits growing, but that's just soil I'm saving for the future. This is nettle, which is doing particularly well, and I make tea with this, so that's why I grow it. Nettle tea is actually expensive to find, at least where I live, but it's very easy to grow, very easy. And look up the benefits. I don't want to say here because I haven't looked it up recently, but I do remember reading all kinds of benefits associated with nettle. So if you're not familiar, and if you're in an environment where you can grow nettle, definitely grow it. And the tea, it tastes really good too. This is calendula. I watered it recently, so that it's not looking great, but at least some flowers are popping up. Again, it's an edible plant. You can make tea, add it to food. It's a bit windy today. And this is lemon balm. And it's probably my favorite. I shouldn't say, but this is probably my favorite plant on my balcony. I just love it. Lemon balm, again for tea. It tastes like lemon, as the name suggests. It's in the mint family. But also I read that it's used for flavoring in a lot of food instead of lemon. I don't know why that is. It could be the abundance. It could be that we can grow it in climates where it's difficult to grow citrus fruits and lemons. I couldn't grow lemon on my balcony, but I can grow this. So it's an alternative, especially if you like lemon tea. Well, this is excellent. Very easy to grow as well. Aloe vera. This was an experiment to see if it would survive the winter outside, and it did. I've had it here since last year. We're now in spring, and it was here the whole time. It looks slightly burnt, discolored. Don't know what it means, but I'm going to repot it. That it's aloe vera, and I have one inside as well. And this is this is beetroot and a rocket or arugula. I'm growing together in one bed. I've been letting it go to seed, and just to see if I could actually get a beetroot. I've been getting leaves, and then the rocket just keeps coming back. It's a cut and come again variety. And this is another sweet box. And this is kale. My hardy kale, which has been through. I've harvested from it many times, and it keeps growing. And this is lavender, and you can see all the new growth. So that's a little spring tour. I've had most of these plants for almost 5 years. I and almost all of them sourced locally from a farm. Or for example, this coriander I bought in a pot in a supermarket, and I've been growing it, and for the first time it survived the summer, the UK summer, without bolting and without dying out. And I think that's because we didn't have a great summer last year, barely any sun. I can't remember where a week, for example, where we had consecutive days of sun enough for this to bolt. So it's become more of a perennial as opposed to being an annual in this environment. So that's the balcony garden. I have lots of plants indoors as well. And I was just thinking, actually, the similarities between growing food and financial freedom, financial independence. There are many parallels. It obviously depends, how you do it. But my style of growing food, and I also volunteer at a farm in London, a proper farm on the edge of London, and so I was just thinking that there's definitely links and lessons to be learned which you can apply across those two things. For example, slow and steady, how that's usually better than trying to get fast, quick results. Definitely applies with nature and growing food, growing plants. And it's the same with finances. You can trade, and you can be buying and selling and trying to take advantage of, in that way, and use the market. But usually it's better to buy and hold, especially if you're more of a long-term investor, if you're more into index funds. So I'm not really going to go into that here, but I was just thinking about that, the parallels. But in any case, this is growing my own food, at least a little bit. This is a tiny fraction for me. It's part of my journey towards freedom and financial freedom. Anything that helps me to produce as opposed to just consume, or at least produce what I consume, is a good thing. And if I had more space, not that I want more space, actually, I'm happy with this for now. I don't need more space. But if I had, I would grow more. I would need more time as well, but that's another complication. I like living small, growing what I can, and trying to live as simple life as possible. A simple, peaceful, quiet life. And this plays a big part in that. So that's that. Spring 2025 is here. Time to get out, come out of our hiding, If you have been thinking about, if you have a balcony and you're not growing anything, try it. Start small and build it up gradually, and see where you end up. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye. I've just remembered why I was thinking about finances and farming and growing food in general, and it's because it's April and the new financial year, the new fiscal year, tax year, is about to begin on April 6th in the UK. So I've been thinking about my finances a lot and making some changes and doing things here and there. And if you're not well, it depends on where you are, but at least in the UK we get an allowance, tax-free allowance every year, a certain amount to invest or save. And I've been thinking about what I need to do there. So that's why April, it's spring here, time to get out in the garden, but also time to sort out finances. It's a new chance to sort out our finances, maybe change things or keep them as they are, but in any case, at least do a review. Look at what you have, see if you're on track or where you are, what you can do. If you're not, maybe some things you can try. For example, with the stocks and shares ISA, they made some changes last year to make things a little more flexible, so you can have multiple accounts with multiple providers. And even I've seen some new funds in that we can access in the UK that are certainly worth considering. So that's why I was thinking about it, really, because I am also thinking about what I'm going to do in terms of my finances next year. It's a new year, it's a new financial year. April is like a new year, and decisions, actions need to be taken to make sure our finances are in order. And I have certainly benefited from doing that in the past, and I'm going to continue making efforts in that direction. We have access to products, platforms in the UK, which, if used the right way, can make a big difference. Unfortunately, we don't have, many of us probably become aware of these things when it's too late, but it's never really too late. You can still make a difference to learn about not just saving but also investing, especially for women. Please think about investing if you're not already. There's a safe way to do it, and you have to do it in order to stay ahead or keep up with inflation. There's just no way around it, given the way things are. And it's really important to think about these things at least once a year, and this time is a very good time to do that. So that's why I was thinking about it. It's April, spring, time to get out in the garden, but also it's the new financial year, it's the new year, it's a new opportunity to get our finances in order. So good luck if you're doing that.